Hello my friends, it's Danny, and today I'm going to share a recipe for clean and delicious chewy ginger cookies. Now these cookies are lightly sweetened and they have just the perfect amount of kick from the ginger, so I think they are perfect for the holiday season. Now, just a little side note, here in the Clean and Delicious community, I get a lot of requests for vegan recipes. So when I was working on this recipe, I was very mindful to keep it 100% plant-based. But then, just out of curiosity, I did a poll over in the community page just to see what you guys were wanting, and I was shocked that over 50% of you actually requested that the cookie recipe actually be either low carb or keto friendly. Who knew? I did not know this. So here's what I'm doing. Here in the video today, I'm going to be sharing the vegan version of the recipe, and then I'm going to leave a link down in the description box below. If you click that link, I will deliver a bonus recipe right to your inbox with the keto-friendly, low-carb version of the chewy ginger cookie. And I promise you, both versions are absolutely delicious, okay? So give me a big thumbs up if this plan of action works for you, and if you are not already sharing your thoughts and ideas and comments and feedback with me, please do that either down in the comment section below or on the community page, because I truly am always listening, and I really want to make sure that I'm getting to you the content that you're wanting the most. Okay, so now that we are clear on that, let's get started. I've got my oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and here I have a rimmed baking sheet lined with some parchment paper. You could also use a Silpat mat. We just don't want our cookies to stick. Then into a nice big bowl, I'm just gonna sift all of my ingredients together, starting with 2 cups of white whole wheat flour. Now remember, white whole wheat flour is still a 100% whole grain. It's just that the wheat color is different, so it creates a lighter, softer flour. And I find whenever you're doing any type of baking, white whole wheat flour creates a much lighter, less dense end product than if you were using traditional whole wheat flour. So just a little FFT, food for thought. Then I have 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1.5 teaspoons of ground ginger, and just 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. Give that a shake, work that through your sifter, make sure everything is well incorporated. Then we'll move that aside, and into another nice big bowl, I'm gonna combine all of my wet ingredients, starting with 2/3 of a cup of coconut oil. Now you want the coconut oil to be at room temperature, so you want it to be solid but soft. If you lived in a very hot climate, you could put it in the fridge for a little bit to harden it up a bit, but basically you want it to be the texture of like softened butter. And FYI, if the vegan thing is not a priority for you, you could certainly sub in some softened butter here. Then to that, I'm adding 3/4 cup of turbinado sugar, that's also sometimes called sugar in the raw, and 1 chia or flax egg. And for that, all you have to do, remember, is take 1 tablespoon of ground up flaxseed or ground up chia seeds, mix it with 3 tablespoons of water, and then just let it sit for about 10 minutes until it thickens up. And then, my dear friend, you have yourself a plant-based substitute for an egg that will work brilliantly in a dish like this one. Okay, then I have 1/4 cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk, 1/4 cup of molasses, and then for my secret ingredient, I'm gonna add in 1 tablespoon of fresh ground ginger as well. So we're gonna be hitting that ginger from 2 different sides. It gives the cookies a great little boost of flavor. Then using a hand mixer, I'm gonna blend all of the ingredients together until they're well combined, and make sure that you start out on a low speed so things don't get too messy for you, and then you can just work your way up a bit. Once you've got everything well incorporated, we're going to slowly add the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. So I do a little bit at a time. A little goes in, stir it up, a little goes in, blend it up until you have all of the dry ingredients worked into the wet ingredients, and you end up with a nice thick batter like I have here. Then to form the cookies, I just scoop up about 1 tablespoon of the dough, and then I roll it between my palms into a ball, just like this, and then I slightly flatten it down a bit so it kind of looks like a thick disc. Get that on the cooking sheet. That looks perfect. And then repeat until you have 12 cookies on your baking tray. And then, completely optional, but absolutely beautiful and insanely delicious, I like to take a little extra pinch of the turbinado sugar and sprinkle it right over the center of each cookie. The turbinado sugar has the bigger granules like you can see here, and they really sparkle when the cookies are cooked up, so I just love how it gives a little extra holiday flair, and it makes the cookies feel super special. Then into the oven they go for 10 minutes or until they're set through and your kitchen smells absolutely delicious. And then what I like to do is I let them cool down just a little bit, transfer them onto a cooling rack, and then do the next batch of cookies and repeat until you've worked your way through all of the dough. You should end up with 32 cookies if you don't eat too much of the batter along the way, because I don't know if you know this, but vegan batter is perfectly safe to eat. Hashtag OMG. Chewy, warm, spice perfection. If you guys love a ginger cookie, you will love this recipe. Now, once all of my cookies have completely cooled, I like to store them in an airtight container right in my fridge where they will happily last up to 10 days. But if you wanted them to go a little bit longer, if you wanted to say do your baking ahead of time, you could certainly put them in the freezer and they will happily last in there for up to 2 months. So you can make them ahead and then even use them as holiday gifts throughout the season. And one more friendly reminder for those of you who are wanting the low-carb, grain-free, keto-friendly version of this recipe, all you have to do is click the link down in the description box below and it will be delivered straight to your inbox. And FYI, if you're already on my newsletter list, you already have this recipe in your inbox. So it's a win-win for everybody. Happy holidays, my friends. If you haven't already, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else you know who wants to make healthy eating easy. And thank you so much for watching. I'm Danny Spies, and I'll see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers! Hello, my friends, it's Danny. Hello, my friends, it's Danny. Hello, my friends, it's Danny. And today I'm gonna show you, hello, my friends, it's Danny. And today, hello, my friends, it's Danny. And today I'm gonna show you how to make some clean and delicious